Homer the Heretic is the third episode of the fourth season of The Simpsons, and this genuinely has one of my favourite moments in it of all time. And I will discuss that towards the end because I don't want to ruin any of the comedy by giving it away. I'll discuss that with a spoiler warning. But Homer the Heretic is an episode where Homer decides that he doesn't want to go to church anymore. It's a waste of time. He'd rather stay at home. So while Marge and the children go to church, Homer is staying at home making moon waffles, lazing around in his underwear, and suddenly people begin to turn on him because he's turned his back on church and on God, and that doesn't go down with a lot of people. And unfortunately, it seems like Homer is going to face the wrath of God because things start to go wrong for him. And I won't say any more than that. I will give a spoiler warning and discuss a few things in more detail. But generally, it's all about them trying to get Homer to go back to church, and Homer really just enjoying his alone time. And I feel like this is something a lot of people can relate to, whether that's with going to church or, an activity that you just have to do as an adult. I don't like doing housework. I'd rather sit and do nothing. But I feel like I'd start to feel the wrath of the world around me, punishing me for not doing what I should, and Homer's definitely feeling that. But whether or not he's feeling it because he feels guilty or if he just doesn't like other people interfering with him, it's not necessarily clear. I really thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I think it's a lot of fun. It's very well animated, of course. The narrative structure as well. The pacing is really good. It gets to the point really quickly. It's also one of the first times we really kind of look at Reverend Lovejoy as a character. He's got a lot more involvement here, and Ned, of course, is doing his best to get Homer to go back to church. So, spoilers from now. My favourite bit, and it always makes me laugh out loud without fail, is that it's the moment when Ned manages to rescue Homer and he throws him out of the window onto the mattress, and Homer just bounces straight back into the house. And every time, I've seen this episode quite a few times, and every time I see that scene, I laugh out loud. And I'm not one of those people who will laugh out loud if I'm, in my house on my own, watching something by myself. But it does make me laugh out loud, even when I know it's coming. I absolutely love it. The other thing that's really interesting is that it depicts God as a character. And God actually does have 5 fingers. Although apparently in one of the scenes he actually had 4 fingers by mistake, so not really sure what was up with that. Simpsons isn't the best with continuity, but I kind of liked how they animated God as a figure. The glowing element worked really well. The fact that he didn't have a head, I think, was a very clever, very smart decision. Most people, when they're depicting God in animation, they don't give him a head. I enjoyed it a lot. I really like Homer the Heretic. I think it's very thought-provoking. I think it's something a lot of people can relate to in various different ways. And as I said, it does have one of my all-time favourite moments in The Simpsons. I just love it. I love just the way Ned reacts to that as well. It's really thoroughly enjoyable. Homer the Heretic is, of course, a brilliant episode.